If she had only been ugly, we would still be together.
So here's the podcast. Welcome to the podcast.
Yes, thank you.
Jade,
Yes.
how do I pronounce your middle and last? Because I've only ever called you Jade.
Everybody fucks up my name.
All right.
So it's hyphenated.
Okay.
It's Catta-Preta.
That's, yeah.
Yeah. Catta-Preta, like cat.
What nationality is that?
Brazilian, born and raised.
Do you speak Portuguese?
Claro. Yeah.
Very good. I'm very proud.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my story with you. You were a bartender at the store.
Yeah.
And then I never knew when you went from bartender to act. But all of a sudden I see you on stage, you're doing great. I'm thinking, she never even mentioned that she was a comedian.
Really?
Yeah. Well, when I used to see you, and I remember you used to wear like really tight pants.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's right. I remember you wore tight pants and you were friends with Kevin Nealon. Right?
Yeah. That's really how I like to myself described. Yeah.
She was. That'd be like spandex almost.
Really?
I think so. Like
Maybe
really,
I did. Yeah. Well, the style's baggy now, so it changed.
What's baggy?
Like you wear
oh.
more baggy jeans now.
Well.
Yeah.
I certainly don't wear stretch pants anymore.
Yeah, I can't. It's
Well, you
too
could.
tight.
I can't.
I can, but I don't wanna.
There's a big difference.
Too restricted.
I can't, and I wanna.
And you wanna. We're the opposites.
I'm dying to put those pants on again.
Get that bulge going.
It's so weird because people always think that you always look like this. You know,
Yeah.
it took me. It took a lot of work to look like this.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like I started out being a comedian. I had a 28-inch waist.
I was gonna ask, when did you start? What year did you start doing stand up?
1980. I passed at the Improv.
1980. You got passed at the Improv.
Yeah, 1980. And you know what? You think I'd have more material by now?
Same. I don't
I
have
did
shit.
the exact 15
Yeah.
minutes that I did for my audition, my open mic audition. We didn't have open mics then.
No?
Well, I don't remember them. I remember just audition.
Just shows.
I just remember having to go to the Improv and Catch and a couple places and just do 5 minutes. You know.
What was that? When you started wanting to do stand up? Like, what made you want to do it?
For money.
Really?
Yeah, because I was already making a living as an actor.
Yeah.
And I was doing commercials and sometimes I did plays and that's how I got my equity card. You know what equity is, right?
Of course.
No,
yeah. Were you here or in New York?
Philly.
Philly. Yeah.
Children's Theater.
Yeah.
What card did you get first?
What car?
Yeah, what card?
Oh, card.
SAG after it.
I was SAG. I'm not equity still, but I went to school for musical theater. I really wanted to be on Broadway. Still secretly do.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow.
On the meadow. Yeah. I still have like a kind of a weird obsession with musical theater.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do it. Stand up, I fell into. I didn't want to do it.
They made me every time I try and go away. They pulled me back.
No, I went to Emerson and there was a lot of comics there. Liza Schlesinger went to my school. A bunch of like comics who I still work with now, and I remember watching them do stand up and thinking, I'd rather kill a baby. I would rather kill a baby than do that.
Why would you want to hurt a baby?
I don't know. That's how uncomfortable stand up made me. You know, it just was so.
How do you think you made the people feel that just heard that? She seemed so nice, and all of a sudden she's
she
talking
wants to
about
kill.
Baby killing.
What was the first play you ever did?
Well, I did something in 8th grade where I came out and I stood like with my sunglasses and a jacket, but I don't know if I said anything. Whatever I did, I got a big laugh, you know. And then, I don't remember what the play was.
And then you were chasing the dragon ever since.
Yeah, right.
Chasing that big first laugh.
Exactly, the monster. But the first play.
You want to know mine while you're thinking?
Yeah.
Mine was Pinocchio, Don't Smoke That Cigarette. It was a Dare production. Remember Dare?
Mm-mm.
It's like against drugs.
Oh.
And it was like, Pinocchio, don't smoke that cigarette. And I was the lung, and I would go, no, no, no. I barely spoke English then.
Really?
Yeah, it was when I first moved, and I was like really an
so
immigrant.
you lived in Portugal?
Brazil, São Paulo.
Oh, Brazil.
Yeah, and then I moved to Charlottesville, Virginia when I was 12.
Oh, wow, you have no accent.
I talk a lot.
Were you in Girl Code?
I was.
With who?
With everyone. I did 2 seasons, the 2 last seasons. Nicole Byer.
Jessie May?
Yeah, no, actually, no. Jessie May was off of it when I got on.
She what?
She was.
She was off?
She was off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They kind of rotate us around all the time. And
right. Does it help you draw?
It helped to be on the road, yeah, some college gigs. But
yeah.
I think I stuck to MTV too long. Hurt my momentum.
Oh, don't think like that. Don't
I
worry
hope
about it.
not. But yeah, they were really good to me. So I just.
You're too young to be to call it quits already.
No, 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 no. I'm not quitting. I'm quitting every other day. I'm not gonna lie. I'm quitting every other day. But no, Girl Code was really fun. I just got to talk, and then they used what they could, you know.
Girl code and guy code, right?
Yeah, it's huge on colleges. Like these girls. I mean, Jessie May, like that. She still
I know.
travels around with it.
I know. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's how I knew her. When she went with my agency, and he said,
Yeah.
"You're gonna love this girl." And I went. I remember it was downstairs. She was coming to do a podcast. We used to do it on the stage.
Yeah.
And I go to shake her hand. She goes, "Shake my hand. Give me a fucking hug, you hump," or something like that.
That's my kind of girl.
Yeah.
I like that.
So how about your Nealon connection?
I met Neil and we did a charity show at the Comedy Store. And I remember I knew he was going to be there. I was really nervous to meet him. And then we just got along really well. Like we just talked all night.
Yeah, yeah.
And then ever since, he's just been a really good buddy. And it's nice to have, you know.
He's very funny.
So funny. And he makes it look so easy. He's like, just try saying this. I'm like, I'm not you. You know. But I feel like going on the road with him has definitely helped me clean up my act.
Are you went on the road?
Yeah, yeah.
He wanted you to be clean?
He didn't want me to be clean, but I think that he made me comfortable. You know, his audiences just didn't like me going, pussy, 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 every other word. So I adapted. And for a long time, I just thought that his audiences were like, I'm like, his audiences are old. And then finally I was like, oh, no, I was just shitty. And now I'm finally getting somewhere.
You know, this whole the good-looking girl comedian thing is relatively new. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, there was Laura Keitlinger, and I'm not saying I don't want to lose any friends, but I'm not saying some more pretty, but like the hot young girl comedian like you and Jessie May and Katie Quigley, and all those like that didn't exist.
No, it's a really kind of. I've been trying to pitch this doc where I go back to Brazil to do stand up, and then I kind of explore what it's like to be a female comic doing stand up in all these countries that are like comedy's huge in India now and China and where these places where women it's just so misogynistic.
I know I've said this on the show before, but I remember being in Ireland with Laura. You know Laura Keitlinger?
Of course, she's great.
And we were at a comedy festival, Kilkenny Cats Laugh Festival, and she said, "Do you want to come to the show with me?" Because I was free. And I said, "Yeah, I'll come." And so I went and I sat in the back of the room, and she really bombed, And she's really funny,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I thought. And she said, "What happened?" I said, "The only thing I could think of is you look too much like a fashion model." I mean, she looked like a fashion model. Literally.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like hot girl
Yeah.
look. It was like really fashion.
Yeah.
And strikingly modelish.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think. I think there's a little bit of uncomfortableness. I think
there is.
I think it's going away now. Like with all the who's the girl that gets accused of steering material?
Amy Schumer.
Amy stuff but see, Amy's more like wholesome American looking than like Playboy hot.
Right.
Even though that's antiquated at this point.
Yeah. I think. I mean, it's something I wrestle with a lot.
I'm not cutting you up. I'm saying you look good, Amy. Don't get mad.
No. Yeah, he's not saying anything bad. No, I think it's I definitely notice when I am more dressed up, like when my hair is down and I have makeup on, I can feel kind of an uncomfortable, like, what the fuck are you doing up here? Why are you doing this?
You don't need this. You get free drinks anyway.
Right. Like, why are you doing this? Like, you need to hook up with some comics? Like, is this a weird chuckle
some real
fucker
comics?
thing? Yeah. But it's, I think that's why I tend to right away say something like really silly or something kind of not self-deprecating because people are like, you're pushing it, but sort of something like, we all relate, right?
Right.
And you can tell on the road sometimes too, a girl will be the guy and like he'll laugh at something and she'll turn over to him like, you want to fuck her?
Yeah.
There is definitely that. I mean, it's interesting that we're talking about it because I've been
battling it.
Not battling it, but I'm trying to pitch this doc, so it's coming up a lot where it's like there's still a lot of misogyny within the art. It's really kind of a new art form as far as it is if you think about it.
I remember my girlfriend. I was with this French Canadian girl for years, and she said, "I said I would never do self-deprecating material." And then she was staying here with her kids. Stay with me for a couple weeks, and I did some self-deprecating material. She goes, "I thought you'd never do that." I said, "Well, I never thought I'd look like this." It's true. I thought I was going to stay the way I was when I was 30.
Yeah. Same. I mean, I think don't you still feel like you're like in your 20s? You know what I mean? You're
Well,
like,
until I look in the mirror.
then you're like, who
Yeah.
am I?
I remember being with these college girls. One of my friend's daughters came to, she was at the Case Western in Cleveland,
Yeah.
and they came and we hung out, and I felt totally normal. And we went to I was going out with this bartender, and we went to see her at this great martini bar, and we're laughing. It's me and the three girls, and I look into the window and I see my reflection, and I went, what had time wrought? Oh my God, you know. And this is the best I could look tonight.
And you've been drinking too, and the lighting's good.
Well, that's it. Yeah, drinking every day. You got to drink every day if you want to look like this.
Yeah, I smoke weed every day.
Do you really? That's
Most days.
But that doesn't make you look different.
I guess it's not. It's like can't be good for you. Not something every day can't be good for you.
No, I mean it can't be good for you.
No.
I mean I think that it, you know, with an explanation, I think if it
Yeah.
really helps with the anxiety,
Yeah, I'm a
if it
little
really
anxious.
helps with pain, then it can be good for you. You just don't know the downsides. I know the one thing that I can say about pot, because I really always thought it should be legal, and I hardly ever
Yeah.
smoked, so I have no agenda. The one thing I could say is it does make people deluded and like a lack of motivation.
It can't do that. You have to be. I mean, because nowadays there's so many different strains. You just have to
Oh,
be
yeah.
smart about what you're smoking. You know,
The
I'm like
pot's
kind of a snob.
You know, they say it's really good. Well, you can look at it one way. It's really
Yeah.
good or it's really bad, because I took people up to a friend of mine. It's like they call it, I call it Camp Enabler, and somebody else calls it Guyana, because mostly all guys just smoking
Guyana.
weed. and they really, I notice in the conversation, they really talk about things they could have or should have done or this or that, but they don't really do anything.
About
You know,
it. They just smoke more weed.
Yeah, a couple of the guys are already successful, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. But
Yeah, I
most
love
of-
it and I hate it. It's like stand up.
You should see how many comedians there are out there that don't do comedy anymore.
I always wonder. I'm like, I have a thing with comedy where I go like, I love it, but I hate it so much. It almost feels like I got into it to prove a point to other people. Like I can do this. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just a
Yeah.
girl. And then now it's sort of like I'm stuck in it and I need to prove it to myself. Like, why did I get into this in the first place? It's a weird push and pull.
I never saw you do a set.
Really?
I've seen you. I've come in like you were getting off stage.
Yeah.
That kind of. I've never seen you do a set.
That's
I like-
crazy. I'm hysterical.
Well,
You're really missing out. I mean,
Well,
you know.
Jamie told me how great you are. Like he doesn't usually do
Yeah.
that about people.
Oh, that's very nice.
Because he said, you know, this girl really has it.
Yeah, I love your accent. Buddy, buddy, buddy. You have to start with buddy, buddy.
Yeah. He's so fucking hilarious. You know, if you ever see one podcast of this, if you ever look
Yeah.
him up, look up the one with Bill Burr and Jamie and myself.
Oh my
And
god.
Bill just tears him apart. And because I used to get, like, he used to do the podcast with me sometimes.
Yeah.
And he got embarrassed, I think, because you know how ignorant people are. I would get like, Dom, really loved you on the podcast, but you got to lose the little Mexican. He's from Iran through Israel. So, you know,
Little nugget.
He speaks Farsi. He's not Spanish. But
Oh, you have no idea. I people would be like, "Oh, what's it like to speak Spanish?" I'm like, "Go." Well, people don't
does it
know.
help you at all? Portuguese help you with Spanish?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, it's very similar,
Yeah.
but it's just, you know, I grew up. I moved to Virginia when nobody knew what Brazil was, so I totally get it. It's like just people just don't know.
It's a pretty
They
big
don't know.
fucking country.
It's huge. People are like, "What's it like to wear shoes?" I'm like, "It's been pretty great." I miss all the vines, but I just started talking about being Brazilian on stage like last year. Like
Yeah.
it took me a while to kind of get
Well, it's,
into
you know,
stuff.
it's different. I mean, there's a guy that I can't remember his name, but he's from Haiti.
Yeah.
You know,
Who is it?
Black guy.
He used to wear the diaper.
No.
What's his name? Do you remember him? He used to be in Venice Beach all the time. He was at the Comedy Store all the time.
Was that Bruce?
Something
Bruce
Man.
Baum? Oh,
Maybe
Baby Man or something?
No, it's something man. Oh my God, what's his name? He's like very nice. He's like, I am from it. You know, like very stereotypical. Shit. Jungle Man? Jungle Boy? Fuck, I forgot his name. Anybody? Help.
Help out
The
there.
walls.
Out there in internet land.
Yeah.
You really got to watch what you say on the internet. You know, you forget that
do.
it's not like local Columbus. And I love Columbus. Don't put it down. You got to worry about everything.
You're getting
now.
so. Hey, if anybody from Ohio is listening, we
No,
love
but
you guys.
People, you forget that this is on forever.
It is, yeah.
And then also they can edit it, make us even worse.
But then what are you gonna do? Like, be afraid that people are, you know what I mean?
No, I don't give a fuck.
But I do sometimes like stay up at night, just like, oh my god, what did I say? What did I say? Because I have a big mouth.
Me too. And my problem is I'll name names.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys won't. Like,
yeah, like how you were saying Amy Schumer's ugly earlier. That's crazy.
That it was ugly. No, I mean it's funny because I do Rogan's podcast. And
Yeah.
the one thing about Joe, he doesn't name names.
Yeah.
Like Howard Stern will.
Yeah.
But Joe won't.
I can't. I can't wait to meet Howard Stern. That's on the list.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel like I'll spill too much on that interview for sure. Over talk.
Do you listen to him still?
I do. Yeah.
If I have him on, I mean, he's always good. He's
So
a great
good.
interviewer.
Yeah.
A great interviewer, and I like Robin a lot.
Yeah, me too.
But I just forget because it's not on regular.
Yeah.
I forget the number it's at.
It's on Sirius. Yeah, I always have to search. I just find it online and then play it
I
through
think
my
it's
phone.
like 98 or something. Then they have the old Howard Sterns, and they're talking, and I'm thinking, I didn't know he was on it, and it's like 10 years old. So
I know. I never know which which era it's from,
Yeah.
and I love that. I just like background sound. I'm not like I'm not a silence.
silence
like,
with your thought.
That's when I hear all the voices. No, I've been meditating. That's a new thing for me.
TM?
I've been doing my own. I have my own mantra.
Oh, I have one.
Yeah.
They'll sell it to you for $5,000.
I already bought it. No, I didn't. I haven't gone through the process of like, here's a $2,000 and give me something to say. My friend just gave me one and I like it.
Oh, really?
I just go money, 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 money. No,
Money,
it's-
money, money.
Yeah, I sing it. Money. But yeah, I like music or sound all the time. Always.
Yeah, I can't sleep without the TV on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That can't be good. You got a TV in your bedroom?
I got a TV in every room. There's no place in my house where you can go. Like, once you start losing part of the TV,
You're on to the next.
Another one's coming up, yeah.
The human TV appeed.
No, I can't.
My boyfriend won't let me have a TV in the bedroom. I want it. My friends have one on their ceiling.
How long are you going to let this mook push you around?
Oh, you're right. 7 years.
He's not a comedian, eh?
Yeah.
He is. Do
Yeah.
I know him?
Nick Rutherford is his name. He's a New York guy. Well, he started in New York and then he's here now.
Oh.
He hasn't been doing a lot of stand-up because he has a show, so he's filming it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad it wasn't a sad story where
Ooh.
you're doing some. It's good to do as well as somebody, but it's really bad to do way better than them when they're really struggling.
Yeah, I'm really struggling. He's doing really well right now. It's
Are you
great.
really? No, you're not.
No, I mean, I don't have anything that is like
But you got a lot
on the
of TV
surface.
credits.
Yeah, I do. I have some TV credits. I've had peaks. I'm in a valley. I'm hanging out in the valley at Starbucks with Brody Stevens right now.
Stephen Brody Stevens?
Stephen Brody Stevens.
Well, you know, it's tough to make the jump from being an artist to making money. When you
Yeah.
asked me a little while ago about why I became a comedian, I mean, of course, I love stand-up, but
Yeah.
I was in an improv group, and we would make money, but we split it like seven ways with the sound and the music.
The lighting guy in the
Yeah.
theater. I kind of miss that though, like that innocence of like, it's just us against the world. Like we each have $5 in our pocket. Like we
Yeah.
love doing this. Like, sort of becomes this like, for me at least, it's become this like this like, sort of like rush to get to this place that I don't even know what the place is.
I know. And then the thing is, when you're there, you don't even know you're there. I mean, I
Right.
remember about 5 years ago, I was in Australia, and I did the Sydney Opera House with Just for Laughs.
Mm-hmm.
And I really didn't think much of it, you know. And I don't know, whatever's happened in my life, whatever wisdom I've gotten lately, maybe looking death right in the eye, I guess.
Yeah.
This time I did it last April, and I remember telling a friend of mine, I said, now remember, we're at the Sydney Opera House. Remember, enjoy this moment. Really enjoy the moment. You're going to be on stage alone in the Sydney Opera House, one of the most famous buildings in the world. Don't just shrug it off. It's not just every day.
Yeah. Take it in.
You know.
Did
So
you take it in?
I just started crying. I start weeping. Yeah, I did. I did. I enjoyed it more.
Yeah, you really do have to. What up to now? What do you think is like that moment for you that's been like, oh, I made it.
God, I didn't really have one moment, but I mean, when I was, you know, starting out, the Tonight Show was the big thing.
Yeah.
Letterman, and And when I did the Tonight Show, but it wasn't fun. It wasn't.
Yeah, it seems very hard.
I won an Ace Award once for the best comedy special, and that was also another one of those self-esteem things that I really thought, oh, if I can get it, how big a deal can it be?
I don't want to be part of a club, blah, blah. Yeah.
And then the next year, what Billy Crystal won it, and I thought, wow, he's excited, so maybe it is cool.
You're in good company now.
But I just didn't think of it like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I know one thing that helped me as far as nerves went was doing Madison Square Garden with Cher.
It's crazy.
Right? You know, well, especially when they don't come to see you. But the good thing, she was always good to me. She always had me on the bill and all. So
you would do the show before? Like, how did that?
Yeah, I did 25 minutes.
So crazy.
And then she would have a break. We would have a break, and then she'd come out. And she would do about 45.
I don't feel like they do that anymore as much, like whether it's like a comic opening for a band. Do they?
Well, but she was very special in the sense that she is much more than a musician.
Right.
Music is one of her many things.
Right.
She was an Academy Award-winning actress.
Right.
She was an Emmy Award-winning.
So in her show, she would like kind of talk, do a little bit of bits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Dolly
She
Parton.
showed things of her and Sonny and all this stuff, and the audience was so eclectic. You'd have like grandmothers with their granddaughters and transvestites dressed up like
Right.
Cher, right next to each other.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. There's not really like a lot of artists right now that are just these like. I was talking about this the other day. Like comedy's become so niche. You know, you want to see comedy with music, you go to the show.
Right.
You want to see this like nerdy comedy, you go to this place. There's never these like comics that reach all these sorts of audiences as much anymore.
Yeah, it's very it's very compartmentalized.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah. It's like kind of, and it's hard to reach a broader audience.
Like my family, you know how like the store right now has like these hot comedians that fill up the store.
Yeah.
My family wouldn't know any of them.
Right.
They would know Joe Rogan from Fear Factor.
Yeah.
They would not know Bill Burr. They would not know Sebastian. They would not know any of the, Amy Schumer they would know because of the movies.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing like what really reaches people.
When I started out, people knew them or they didn't. They knew Seinfeld. They didn't know this guy. You know, nobody knew Kevin Nealon. Kevin Nealon was the most unpopular comedian ever. Come on.
Come on. Everybody knows. I mean, you can't walk anywhere without you can. And I don't notice it because it's my buddy, but I do feel people around. You can feel the energy. Like,
yeah, well, he's so big too.
He's so tall. Yeah, his hands are huge.
Say his hands are huge.
Huge, humongous.
Yeah.
There's a picture of our feet next to each other. Mine's like this is crazy. Yeah, but it is interesting how different it is now. And like also, I don't want to do all the online stuff. Like I'm off social media right now, and I feel this sense of calmness that I haven't felt in a long time. And I wonder, like, if we're all gonna get there, it's gonna implode. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's
that's
so
a whole
much.
thing that it's dizzying. I mean, and the people that know how to manipulate it. I mean, you'll see.
I don't want it though. I don't want to manipulate it.
But they do.
But you have to, right? I don't want to.
I don't know. I don't know. And that's the way people find out about people now. It's like people don't watch the late night shows like they used to. That was the way you found out which comedians you liked. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, when's the last time you heard anybody say anything about, I was on Conan and this happened?
Well, right. Oh, never. But it is exciting. Like, it is something I really, it's like
it's
a
exciting
weird
for
patch.
the performer, yeah. I mean, like, I did one of Jimmy Fallon's last shows when he was
So
at
cool.
NBC, and
Yeah.
he was all excited, and he makes you excited, you know? It's like...
It's fun seeing, it's fun. He loves Kevin. I went with Kevin a couple of times when he did his spots. It's just like, it's also exciting to me. I mean, I fell in love with the Comedy Store before I worked there. I just had this sort of like...
How long did you bartend?
4.5 years.
No kidding.
Yeah. I remember like Sandy Danto, I got a job at National Lampoon co-hosting with Kato Kalin. I don't mean to name drop. But we did this show that was like a Tosh Point Out kind of like online before it was even like a thing.
Wow.
And then Sandy was like, you should come do stand-up.
Sandy Shore?
Sandy Danto.
Oh, I don't know that.
You know Sandy, you do. He looks like Belushi. He's great. He opens for Pauly all the time.
She looks like who?
He looks like Belushi. Like a...
Oh, it's a guy.
Yeah, Sandy Danto.
Okay.
That would be an unfortunate woman.
Well, Sandy.
You know, she looks like Belushi. She needs to lose a little. But he was like, you should come out. And I remember going to the Comedy Store. And you know those swinging doors to the kitchen? I had this this flash
like
of
a
familiarity, like this weird, like I'd been there before, and that next day I came in, I was like, I want a job because I still had confidence, you know?
Yeah, I want a job, and I'm
Because I was like, because I was like hot still and I hadn't been broken by the place. It's like, I want a job. I remember like flipped the chair around and sat on it like real decade.
Really?
Yeah, like.
Who interviewed you?
It was Dean still. Do you remember Dean?
Yeah, of course.
And he's like, well, what do you want to do? I was like, I want to work the door because I want to watch stand up and I want to like really get into it. He's like, guys, only guys can work the door. Because at the time, Mitzi didn't want any women working there still. And now it's all girls, which is great.
Really?
Yeah, it's mostly girls in there.
In the original room you're talking about?
Yeah. I mean, now the girls, girls, I remember girls weren't allowed to work the phones, but I wanted to like get in there.
Why?
And Mitzi just didn't like it. Because I'm sure back in the, there was a time where she didn't want women around.
She also didn't want any tall girls.
Well, that makes sense because they're going through the audience, getting drink orders. They're in the way. But I remember she's like, I was like, Comedy Store, and she was like, who is that? She was so pissed. Ah!
Really?
Yeah. Who was that? Why did she pick up the phone?
It sounds like Katharine Hepburn and Mitzi.
Yeah, that's my interpretation. But thank God for Tommy, man, because if it wasn't for Tommy, I would have never been passed. And
you're the first one that said thank God for Tommy.
I know. He left me a message the other day.
Yeah, he was always good.
Maybe kind of emotional.
Yeah, what did he say?
He's just saying he's proud of me. He saw me on at midnight, and he sort of became this like dad figure that I needed validation from, because he really, as crazy as everyone makes him out to be, and he is just like all of us. He really did care about the development of the people.
He definitely cared. Yeah. He cared a lot, and the thing about that position is now Adam knows what it's like to be hated by more people than loved.
Yeah,
and
Adam, it's a tough position.
Adam's a good dude,
Yeah.
And Tommy was always great to me, but Adam has it tough now, especially since there's more good acts.
Yeah, I would hate his job. I mean, we were buddies. He started working there after I started working there. We were
Adam
buddies.
Did?
Yeah.
What did he do?
He was a manager.
For that
he came over from Tempe. Yeah.
How long ago?
Now, like 6 years ago or something. But he worked there too as a manager. And we all were kind of figuring it out, and now it's just sort of me going like, I need a spot, and him like, no. Okay, that's our interaction. Yeah, my spot's there, like I live 12:15, 12:45. I'll take it, I'm proud to be part of it. I really am. And my reps are always like,
here?
Stop.
The Laugh Factory?
Did I work here?
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Oh,
I'm here hopefully once a week, right?
Jamie,
you watching? No, but I love it here. And just like getting up. And my reps are like, stop doing this.
Who?
My reps, I think they're just like, focus on acting. Because once you get a big show, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But I get rusty.
Well, there's people that have big shows that can't get on the Comedy Store lineup.
Yeah, right? So I'll take it.
I remember one night you never know who's going to show up, but I was on a show here with Dane Cook, Russell Peters, and Tosh.
Never heard of any of them.
But that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That would be an expensive show to go to.
Yeah. It would. Yeah,
people are so fucking jaded in LA.
It's true.
They don't realize.
They're done.
Yeah.
It's true. They get everybody all like, Chappelle just shows up, does 3 hours of comedy, smoking on stage, and people are like.
Last week they had Howie Mandel and Bill Burr and some here for a benefit, and it was a fucking great show.
It's great.
Yeah.
Bill is I can't get any better for me. Being on the road with him is the peak of my career for sure.
You went on the road with him?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Just these huge shows, and it's almost like if Bill says you're good, you're good. You know what I mean, to his audience. So they were like so accepting. It was just what a rush. It was one of those moments like, take this in.
Well, I have another side to him. Because, like he's one of the only comedians that I can actually talk sports with.
Yeah, I cannot.
Him and Tosh. Like Tosh and I are both Dolphins fans, and Bill, we've been going through the NBA playoffs for the last 2 months together, so that's fun. I mean, it's fun because you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
It's a whole different language.
It's a whole thing. It's like it's like me talking to you about fashion. Yeah. You'll be like, what?
I love fashion.
Oh, come on. You like NBA fashions?
There was a big controversy this week about a guy stepping on another guy's, putting his foot under a guy when he landed.
Yeah, that's
And he sprained his ankle, and it's really like they dramatize it. I mean, these poor bastards. We do an hour here. You know, and they do 4 hours.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we go, you can't throw the ball, you idiot. And we're like just
Right.
sitting.
Yeah, right. What the fuck have you ever done?
And then there's all these shows about their girlfriends and their wives.
Oh yeah, and their
Wags.
Today I watched 20 minutes on concussions. That didn't do me any good. What did that?
That can't be good for
that
you.
enhanced my life at
Yeah.
all?
My ex-boyfriend had the ESPN, like ESPN just dun, 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 all the time on. Drove me nuts.
Let me hear your ESPN.
Dun, dun, dun. Something like that. It's been a while.
That sounds like a mystery.
Dun, dun, dun. Who's going to be on the next basketball team? Yeah, no, sport. You know what? It's not that I dislike sports. I just... There it is.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
I just like, I don't need to watch it on TV. Like a live sports event, great. Let's go get a hot dog. Fine. I'll be a little high. Let's get a beer. But like watching it, I'm like,
See, I'm just the opposite now because I'm so fucking jaded.
yeah.
I used to work with the NFL on Comedy Central. I had a TV show. Well, obviously, it was on Comedy Central. It was
Yeah.
a TV show. And we had like all the perks.
It wasn't one of their stage productions.
Super Bowl, yeah, they didn't. Wait, like this Super Bowl tickets on the 50-yard line with a suite upstairs.
That's amazing.
And the limo would
Yeah.
pick me up, and I'm in Miami, and I'd take a friend with me, and so it's very hard to go back. It's like, you know how you hear that thing about him or her were used to a different lifestyle. They
Yeah.
can't. That's why. That's the way I felt about sports.
Yeah.
So now, I don't even want to go to anything.
You let me know. I'll go. I'll go for you. We sat right behind the catcher. Is that what it is? Yeah. And we had Lauren Michaels tickets. And it was just like incredible. Like a completely different experience.
Yeah.
It's like going to a festival with a VIP pass. You can't go back to those shitty.
Well, you know who Magic Johnson is.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I just wanted to have some even ground with you. When
Yeah.
he was a star here in the 80s,
Yeah.
I went with a manager just because he had Lakers floor tickets. I did. He didn't have to tell me anything. I was like, I was cocky. I thought I'm going to make this.
Right.
And he said, yeah, well, I do have Lakers. I can guarantee you like 5 or 6 games a year. I go, I'm in.
Nobody's ever given me shit like that. If somebody was like, I'll get you a discount at Madewell or one of my favorite stores, I'm like, I'm in. I don't care.
What's Madewell?
It's my favorite store. They make real good jeans, but they're pricey. Good leather goods. I work for them. I'm selling stuff for Madewell.
So are you having trouble making money?
No, I'm not having trouble making money. I'm having trouble finding that thing that really like explains who I am. You know what I mean? Who like that really highlights like who I am, because I don't think there has been. I don't look at anybody's career and I go, that's the thing I want. That's the thing I want.
Right.
I'm an actress. That's how I started, and I think I'm good at it. But I also love stand-up, and I want to be able to have my own fan base. I don't want to feature anymore, unless you're interested, taking me on the road. But it is just like it's finding that thing that really highlights. Because I've done so much. I mean, I had a sitcom. Nobody saw it. It like got canceled right away.
What was it?
It was called Manhattan Love Story. It was on ABC.
Wow.
Kind of played this like rich Jewy kind of Brazilian chick. It was like the perfect. It was awesome.
Rich Jewy.
Yeah.
Sounds redundant.
Yeah. Well, there's poor and Jewy too.
I know.
You're from Philly,
My ex-wife was Jewish, and
Yeah.
her father was a truck driver.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there were Jewish truck drivers. I really, literally, it sounds ignorant I was.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and we were not anti-Semitic at all, but I
Yeah.
thought all Jews were either doctors, dentists, or lawyers, or sold clothing.
Isn't that funny? As a kid, you just have these
Yeah.
stereotypes, and they're like, no, this is how it is.
Well, they're the ones, because in those days, they came over the house. Dr. Levin would come over and give us penicillin shots. And we had this guy named Saul.
That's such a Jewish Saul.
Saul, Saul Zorling.
Saul.
I was married to the woman who used to do that character on Seinfeld, the Jerry, the baby.
Really? How have you been married twice?
I've only been married legally once.
Once.
But like as far as domesticated or however,
Yeah.
4 times.
Wow. Well, how did you ask her to marry the official one? How did you ask her to marry you?
She said, if you don't marry me, I'm leaving.
Why do we want that? I never want to get married. I mean, I want to pay less.
Oh, you want to marry
insurance.
me? You would want to marry me.
But you know what I mean? But there is a stability thing that you want. It's like a thing
No,
you
but
crave
I am
it.
really like a fun in bed and fun at the park.
I like how it just I'm just really fun in bed.
I'm really smoking. I'm on fire. I got, my dick glows in the dark.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't want to brag.
Yeah.
It's inappropriate.
You got
I
to
should
sit and
say.
put it under light for a while, though, to get it like that.
Yeah, it's you recharge it. Yeah, 4 times.
Wow. Are you dating someone now?
Not in this country.
That's good. Keep them out of the
the
country.
lack of intimacy. I was going out with this girl from Perth. Could you get any fucking...
Any further?
You can't get any further.
No, you can't.
If you take one step to your left, you're on your way back. It's
Literally.
so far. It's like, you know where it is?
Yeah, it's beyond China. It's beyond Asia, right? Isn't it? Isn't it all the way around?
Well, it's
Is that an ignorant thing to say?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well, we'll cut that out.
No.
Cut it out.
That's funny because I have a whole bit about comedians of your generation.
Yeah.
Well, not you.
Well, how old do you think I am? You won't offend me.
60?
That offended me.
I was thinking, no, but I was thinking that's the best way to go is lie about your age.
You
the
just
other
go
way.
way high, yeah.
Like, you know, because I said that to somebody. They said, how old are you? I says, oh, I'm 82. They go, you look great.
Great.
Yeah.
You look great. I'm not a day over 70.
I have no fucking idea how old you are.
Isn't that great? I'll never tell you. I'm 33.
I thought
33.
I thought you were older.
Thank you.
No.
I feel wise.
33 is a great age.
Yeah. It's a weird middle age where you go like, am I going to have a baby now or what? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, well, you got like 7 years left.
Is that it?
Well, you got
40?
more. You got more than that.
Well, you
but
can
I mean,
freeze the eggs.
The longer you wait, the more
Chances of your... Yeah.
more complications. All of a sudden, I'm a doctor.
Wow.
The fuck do I know?
Don't you miss having real doctors? Don't you feel like every doctor's fake, just like an actor trying to...
Well, my
Make
my doctor's in a band. They all do something. My
Yeah.
urologist quit and went back to New York.
After he saw your glow in the dark dick?
Right.
Like, I'm done.
No, because he's a concert pianist, and he was my neurologist. It's funny because I remember I had a thing on my balls, which was it's called a spermatocele. It's a broken sperm duct, so it constantly swells. Right? Never heard of this?
So it's like one of your pores?
It's like one of the veins or
Yeah.
whatever goes. They burst, and so
It's like a hemorrhoid on your ball.
I don't know.
Kind of.
That sounds delicious.
What's up? Yeah. We're just talking about hemorrhoids on your balls. Thanks.
You are such a charmer.
Thank you. Are they hiring people straight out of grade school here? Or these high schoolers?
Well, this place keeps turning over people.
It's true.
You know,
It's true.
be careful if Jamie says yes in your interview. You might have 2 weeks left. You give your 2-week notice as you get hired.
As you get hired. We have somebody that looks just like you. We're hiring her next week. Make it hard for the comics to learn anybody's name. Sorry, so you're talking about your ball.
You're sorry that you interrupted my ball.
I'm so
I was hoping
sorry.
you didn't go back to it. No,
Well, I
but
want to know what happened.
Anyway, I remember talk about somebody who's like a perfectionist with lyrics.
Yeah.
I was on the operating table and I asked them. I didn't want them to put me to sleep, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted an epidural, which is weird. You feel like the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz. You can't move your legs. You're
Yeah.
just like Daffy. And
Could you see it?
I said, no, I couldn't see it. They had a thing
Like you're delivering a baby.
Yeah.
Like a little...
And I said, how we doing, Doc? He said, we're homeward bound. And I start singing Homeward Bound by the Simon and Garfunkel. Do you know that song?
No, I don't know it.
Sitting in the railway station, got a ticket for my destination. No.
I don't know it.
Anyway, and he starts singing it with me. And then he went up on the lyrics. I go, and then I'm in the middle of the operation, I'm telling him what the lyrics. He goes, oh, I didn't know it was that. You know, and these people are looking.
I don't like it. Focus on what you're doing. He's got your balls in his
He
hands.
operates on balls every day.
Oh, I don't like it. I remember I got it something like the camera down your throat.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah, I was having some digestive issues. I figured out it was just my tailbone was fractured, in like 3 different places.
Just my tailbone. Didn't
Just
that hurt?
that. Oh, I wasn't. I mean, it was like a 7-month recovery. I'm still kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's recent.
Yeah, I was tubing on mushrooms, and I was like, but I.
What do you mean? You're taking the mushrooms to alleviate the pain?
No, we went tubing down a river, and we took some mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
And then I
thought
like,
tubing was like a hip way of saying you were taking mushrooms.
I wish I was calling it.
I was
tubing.
like tubing, man.
Yeah. No, we just like went tubing, and I took some mushrooms, and I was like, I'm so close with nature, and then just like got thrown around, And I didn't know it was broken, so I was just living my regular life, cliff diving, horseback riding, you know.
Do you really do that?
Yeah. And then I finally got so depressed, I went to a yoga retreat in Portugal because I wanted to get close with my people again.
Mm-hmm.
And this woman was like, she's really British. She's like, your tailbone's fractured, darling. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, it's broken in several places. I was like, oh.
Didn't that hurt when you walked?
I mean, everything I did hurt. And then I was
Well,
also
it
living in
should.
New York, so I was flying to New York every 2 weeks. It's a 5-hour flight, going, my whole body hurts. I can't do, just moving around, taking Xanax, hoping for the best. And then it's finally just, I have a butt pillow usually that I carry with me.
Oh, so you're still in pain.
Yeah, but it's good now. I can sit.
What do you do for sex?
It doesn't bother me. Yeah. No, my boyfriend has a really skinny penis, just like this.
Oh,
thin,
that's beautiful.
So I barely, yeah.
Anybody hungry? got a pencil?
Anybody got a pencil?
Pencil dick?
Yeah. No. I don't. Yeah. It doesn't. I mean, you can't like. You can't just pound from the back, but it's not my favorite anyway, so it's good.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin told me that.
Oh yeah. He wishes. No. I think everybody it's like everybody always asks, but we're both in relationships. So what's the deal?
I know.
It's so unfair because it's like, Joe Rogan's got Tony Hinchcliffe. They go on the road, they bond, they love each other, like they help each other.
Yeah.
It's like, I cannot have that. I can't have that.
Yeah.
Because no girl's going to take me on the road. Why don't we help each other?
That's interesting. No.
Because there's such little amounts of spots given to us, designated for just women. Like, think about the Comedy Store, 16 headliners every night, never more than 2 women.
And that will, yeah.
So we fight each other instead of helping each other because we know there's only so many
Right.
spots. But if we came together and our shows weren't called Pretty Funny Women, then we could do it. I don't know. Maybe for the later generations, for the next round.
If you look around the Comedy Store, there's a picture of, I don't know if it's in the main room, but it's a picture of like when they had an all-women show in the belly room.
Yeah, upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't it originally that room just for women?
I think it was.
Yeah. That's good.
Mitzi.
I love the belly room.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I like doing Kill Tony in there.
So fun.
You ever do that?
Yeah.
It's funny, yeah.
Yeah, he's my buddy. He's like in my class. Like we all started
Yeah.
together. We're all broke as fuck together, shared food.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Parked our car in the Comedy Store lot, slept in our cars.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We were all so broke. I remember I would just go to the Comedy Store after I catered. I would just put everything in Tupperwares and just bring it all so we could all share it. So it's nice seeing everyone do well,
I remember the first time I made $1,000 in a week. And I remember saying to my wife, I go, Lisa, we made $1,000. Who needs more money than that? I really meant it too. And of course, we lived in an apartment that was $246 a month.
Oh my God.
Studio, one of those rent-controlled studios.
Yeah. This was in LA.
In Manhattan, 56 and 10th.
Oh my gosh. So can you imagine living there now?
Oh yeah, I lived at 80th in Amsterdam, 56 and 10th.
Wow. So nice.
Yeah.
It's like impossible.
I lived in Queens and Brooklyn too. Did you ever live in those?
I have an apartment in Brooklyn right now in Williamsburg.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I dig it.
Does somebody live there?
We Airbnb it all the time.
What's that mean?
There's this like a you rent it out to people basically, but for short stays.
What's B&B stand for?
Airbnb, bed and breakfast.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
God, I'm stupid.
No, you're not. I don't know where Perth is. Or even.
Perth is, by the way, on the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, so that is beyond.
Furthest west you can go.
Oh, west.
Yeah, it gets crazy because it's a
round.
It's spherical.
No, the world's
it's
flat.
closer to Jakarta than it is to Sydney.
Jakarta, Jesus.
That's how far it is.
You think they do stand up there?
I did stand up
in
Perth,
Jakarta.
yeah.
You did? What's that like? When you do like countries like that, do you feel it's mostly English speaking people that are there? Or
Well,
like,
it is a mostly English speaking country,
But the people that come to see the show, do you feel like are American or did local people
No, not
come?
American. No, they're mostly Australians.
It's pretty great.
No, there's hardly any Americans.
I was gonna say if there's like, what war would they have
You would-
stayed there after?
Yeah, you would find more Americans in Sydney and Melbourne.
Yeah,
They're big cities, but not Perth.
I did a show in Japan. with a bunch of comics.
Oh yeah.
We went for fun, and then set up the show, and it was mostly like expats, and they were so hungry for
but
anything in English.
You're going
you know,
to a country with another language. It's a big difference.
right.
And I did a show in Paris too, but that was all. It was all expats, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that I want to do in Brazil. I want to do it in Portuguese. See if it translates.
I wonder.
Some jokes do. I've been trying.
Let me hear it. Do a joke in
Do a
Portuguese.
joke. Let's see.
If anybody out there gets this.
Ooh, let me see. Let me try to do one that I just translated. Ooh, this is hard. You're putting me on the spot. Okay. Okay. I'll tell this one. Eu sou brasileira, mas ninguém acha que eu sou brasileira. Todo mundo acha que eu sou uma judeia de Nova York, né? Ninguém acha, mas eu sei que eu sou brasileira, que eu vejo um cara com cabelo longo, eu acho, onde está seu cavalo, meu? A gente pode ir no seu cavalo. Aí você vê um cara que é feio com cabelo longo e tudo
Stop
troca.
it! I can't breathe.
It's so fast, huh? I didn't even
But it
end
doesn't
it.
even sound like Spanish. Or it sounds almost like
Latin
Arabic.
rooted. Yeah, I feel like it sounds Turkish when people ask me.
Yeah.
Like, but it's also very whiny, like na 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 na. You know?
Boy, that didn't sound like I would have.
Well, because I was setting it up.
Funny joke though.
Oh, thank you so much. It means a lot.
I mean, if you could just translate that back to English.
Shit, man. I'm talking about. I love because everybody thinks I'm Jewish. Everybody thinks I'm a Jew from New York. That's the whole thing.
Is that
I'm
what
like
the
a
joke
hidden.
was?
Yeah, the joke's about I love hot guys with ponytails. I just if I see a hot guy with a ponytail, I'm like,
So
where's
do
your
the
horse
joke in
parked?
English now.
I know I'm Brazilian because I see a hot dude with a ponytail and something happens to me. I'm like, where's your horse parked? Let's go. You know, but then you see an ugly dude with a ponytail and everything changes so quickly, doesn't it? Like if you're here, then who's managing that laser tag game across town? So it's just basically making fun of ugly dudes with ponytails. I guess it doesn't really, the rhythm changes so much, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting. I was thinking about.
These young boys.
We were talking about looks. I asked this one. I was on stage, and I asked this one woman. I said, "Do you ever pay for a drink?" And she went, "Not really, unless it's the first one." I said, "Do you even need to carry a wallet?" She goes, "Not really. I mean, I don't have to. I mean, I do."
Yeah.
But so, and she's saying like, I said, well, there's a window on this. There's going to be a day where
Use it.
there's going to be a time when you're going to have to buy a round. Come on, hey Mabel.
It's a hard place though.
It's your turn. What's that?
I feel like it's like a weird place. Like I find myself like when I'm single, it's great. It's like here we go. But when you're in a relationship and you're a girl, you ask a guy a question or whatever. You're just trying to be friendly. And if you're friendly, they think you want to fuck them.
Right,
and if you're
right.
not, then you're a bitch. So there's like it is a hard middle, finding that middle ground where like I'm dudeish, I'm just like you.
Yeah.
It's hard to relate. I don't know.
Well, it's hard to. I mean, I think it's interesting when people expect it because they're so used to it. They expect to be treated. They expect to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know Katie. Katie Quigley.
Yeah.
Katie, and she goes on stage. She'll work with me in Vegas sometime.
Yeah.
And she'll go on stage sometime looking very normal. She's still pretty.
Yeah.
But she doesn't look like a Playboy bunny, which she.
But her social media is like, she's in a bikini and stuff.
Yeah. No, she loves that. She's enjoying that part of her life. But when they, her and the girl, remember the girl that, you probably know her. She's a writer, real pretty girl. I think she does stand up too. Jen something.
Ooh, you got to give me more, Jen.
I don't know, but
I'm
she was
drawing
the
a
one I
blank.
think that Brett Favre sent the dick pics to.
Oh shit, that sounds familiar now. I don't know.
Anyway, they went
Yeah.
out. They came down to see me like I was their father. They wanted to show me how they looked.
Right.
And they were adorable.
Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't I look like a whore tonight?
You like put something on. I love
No,
Vegas.
they were. What's that?
I love Vegas.
Yeah.
So dirty. I love it there.
Well, they had these space outfits on. Well, Katie did anyway, like almost a Star Trek thing, bodysuit.
Yeah.
And it was just funny because I thought to myself, and I don't give a fuck about money. I really
Yeah.
don't. I'm not like when I go out with people, I'll pick up any time. It doesn't even faze me. But I'm always interested in the people who expect it. Compared
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm always the one that wants. I'm like that. I'm like no please like.
Well, the funniest thing me and this guy who did the music, we have
Yeah.
a running gag. Are you sure?
You sure?
Because people say, "Are you sure?" They either kick in or they don't. The people that say, "Are you sure?" You're not going to change your mind.
Well, you gotta say it. It's like it's like that Wendy Cummings thing where you're like looking for your wallet. You gotta like at least try.
But I mean, there's no trying. You just throw money up or you don't.
Oh, it's true. The in between is like that
Are
awkward.
you sure? Yeah.
You sure?
You know what I'm sure of? I'm sure you never picked up a check in your life. And I'm sure that this is a part of your act at the end of every meal. Yeah, I'm sure.
I like it. It makes me feel good. I'm like mommy-ish.
Did you ever say, "Are you sure?" And the people go, "Oh, okay."
No, you go. You take care of it. Oh, shit. I actually don't have my wallet. I don't carry it.
I'm saving it for one of
I love it.
42.
And I'm like that with drugs too. If I'm smoking, I want everybody. I'm like, is everyone stoned? Like I have to make sure everyone.
You're a mother and drug dealer.
Yeah, I like it. Like everyone has to be on the same page as me.
What other drugs do you do?
That's really it. Coke's never been my drug because I'm too wiry already. It makes my stomach hurt. But you know, the other on occasion, all the fun ones, like on New Year's
Molly?
and stuff. We throw a New Year's party bus every year.
What's Molly? What is that composed of?
MDMA, which is just basically uses up all the adrenaline and the endorphins that you use for happiness in your brain.
And so you feel elated?
You feel elated, you feel, there's sort of a glow, there's sort of like, you feel a little bit horny. It's just this like, the best way to describe it is just, like there's not like a paranoia or like a speediness to it, unless it's cut with ecstasy then.
Well, that's the thing about drugs for me is that, why would you trust anybody who deals drugs?
Well, you gotta have a guy that you trust.
Yeah,
He's gotta be taking it with you. That's the way I know.
Right.
Like, have you taken this? Are you taking this tonight? You know what I mean? You have to like. I do have a couple guys, and mushroom chocolates is a thing now too. You know.
Mushroom chocolates?
Have you ever done that? Yeah.
No, but I know a friend of mine took
Yeah.
mushrooms by accident twice.
That happens.
To be hospitalized.
Really?
The thing is, the second time you'd think he might fucking ask.
He just eats chocolates?
A candy bar.
Yeah. That happens more than you think.
I would never do. I mean, I was always so paranoid that even before you heard about this kind of, what's it called when they...
Lace?
Roofie.
Yeah.
Before you ever heard of roofies, I was aware that people did dose people with others. I never would take, I'd never leave a drink on a bar. I would never take a beer that was passed from 20 people.
Yeah.
Never. And
You just had that nervous feeling like someone was going to take advantage.
I don't trust people.
Yeah.
You know, look at him, he's getting fucked up. We gave him that thing. What'd you give me? You'll see. Oh shit.
No, yeah, I'm a snob with weed even. I'm like, what strain is this? Like, you know, I like being in control, so I do stand up.
Yeah.
And people are always like, oh, you high on stage? I'm like, never. I don't like drinking before I go on stage. The second I'm off, yes.
Yeah. But I could drink, but I don't get better.
Yeah.
It doesn't never improves my performance because I'm already like not nervous. I give a fuck, but I don't. I don't. It doesn't do anything good for me. You know, one like a shot maybe, but that's it.
When did you stop giving a fuck?
That's a weird thing. It's not. I don't know how to explain it. I really do give a fuck, but I don't feel it. I don't feel like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there are times when I'll talk about having a bad set in the middle of it. You know, I go, this is really a bad set for me. So weird. So a lot of the same shit worked like just an hour ago. I mean, whatever the reality of it is, I like to address it.
Yeah.
I don't try and indulge myself in it, but I don't know. But like I told you, there are different steps. And at Madison Square Garden with Cher, what happened was my sister was there. And some of my family, my sister was the most important person to me. And she she goes, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Look at this, it's Madison Square Garden. I go, Gloria, don't do this. You know, I was out there before the show.
Yeah.
And that made me a little nervous. So when I went out, I had a glass of red wine on a stool. And I really just gave a set, like a rote set.
Yeah.
Rote memory. And a lot of people that knew me because it was in New York. I mean, I wouldn't say that the crowd knew me, but out of the thousands of people, maybe 2,000 knew me at a
Right.
time. You know, you could
Yeah.
feel it. You know?
Yeah.
They would scream out bits and stuff. But I was so fucking nervous for that show. The next night we were in Denver, a place called the Pepsi Center. I don't know what it's called now.
Yeah.
It's actually bigger than the Garden, and I wasn't nervous at all. Because I thought, I can't get any more fucking nervous than I did at Madison Square Garden. Because in my head I'm going, oh fuck. Beatles played here. Sinatra.
Right.
The fights. You know, the Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali fight. All the, you know,
But that's like all in your head. We're our own. You know, as long as we can get out of our own heads, that's when we're good, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? It's all in your power. But it's really not
sometimes it slips and you let it go.
You do.
What's the most nervous you've been? Talking to me?
Oh man.
It's intimidating, isn't it?
Today, just I was like,
Before you go.
I was nervous because I didn't wash my hair, and then I got here and I thought, I wish my hair was dirtier. You know.
It's pretty clean.
Thanks.
Pretty clean to dirty here.
Oh man, I don't know. Like, it's funny because I was really nervous to open for Bill, but it's so large that there's nothing. I don't know. It was just so massive. I had never done.
Where was it?
We did Missouri, 3-4 different. We did Staples Center, a big theater, and then I forget the name of the theater now, but it was a huge theater. It was the Roxy.
Where's this?
I want to say Minneapolis.
Oh. If you want to say it, say it.
Minneapolis.
Good.
And
Yeah.
and Farth. No, it was I forget the names now, but the most nervous I've ever been was the other day when I did a dance show. I was like trembling.
You actually danced?
Yeah, I actually danced.
With your back was okay?
My back was fine, yeah. It's just the tailbone, that leftover tail we don't need anymore.
Oh, what's it called? The
The coccyx.
prehensile?
Oh, I've never heard.
Prehensile tail.
No, I've never heard that.
Oh,
But it is just a leftover tail we don't need. People get it removed. People get it removed.
Siri, hi honey, I'm sorry I didn't call you earlier. What is a prehensile tail?
I want to see if she listens to you.
I learned a new trick. Now work with some of your favorite applications. You know what, Siri? I'm in the middle of a show.
It's really
How about this?
embarrassing.
Fuck you, okay? You always let me down. Once again, you let me down. I'm not calling you anymore.
He's
We're
with me
done.
now, Alex.
I'm with her.
Oh, it's not an Alexa, it's a Siri. Do you have the Alexa set up?
You need Amazon for that, don't you?
Yeah, I have it all set up at my house. The best. Alexa. I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
constantly.
What time is it? Alexa's
Yeah.
gonna rain today?
She does. You go, Alexa, sing me a song. And she goes, me? I couldn't. Hit it, boys. And then does the song.
Really?
Yeah. And it's all about like being a robot and stuff. And you ask her, you go, Alexa, are you a robot? She goes, it's a more complicated question than I can answer. You know, like, ugh.
No, I have. Matter of fact, I did something with Howie Mandel the other day, and he gave us all those little square things. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah. To run credit cards?
No, for like that answers you. The
Oh, the little dot.
dot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so creepy. Because they're just recording you all the time, you know. That's the whole
Really?
thing. Yeah. I mean, your phone too, but like, people always say, like, oh, don't have one of those at your house because they look for keywords.
Oh, you know, it was embarrassing. I was getting my phone looked at. This big fat woman, and she was a big fat black lady. And she had like a kind of a character.
Yeah.
And she was rifling and she came to like some porn.
No.
Yeah,
like a
like-
picture?
Oh, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. And I went, ew. And she said, she said something like
Yeah.
to try and dismiss it.
Yeah.
It was such an awkward.
Oh, I
fucking
know,
moment.
it's so fun. Ugh. I had an audition it was a voiceover audition at Disney, like their animation part, and I walked up and the security guard is just watching porn on his phone, right? Like and I don't want to, I feel bad because it's not inappropriate, he's just kind of watching it. And it was weird because I could see the porn so much they were wearing condoms.
Who was wearing it?
The security guard. You know, you
that's
like walk
cool.
up, you have to sign in to
Yeah,
this
oh,
building.
that's a ride.
So he's watching, and I notice, and he noticed, I notice, and I'm just like, and he's like, yeah, just take a seat and wait. And I turn around as I walk away. I'm like, I watch porn on my phone too. It's quiet.
He didn't say anything?
Nothing back, just sitting.
Oh boy,
But I do that. I watch it on my phone. I get too lazy to get the computer sometimes.
that's funny. That's
So
funny.
small.
Did you ever get it where it blocks you?
No. I haven't gone that far to deep it. I just need genitals really close up on a phone. That like if you back away and it's animals, I'm like, oh no. Like I just need it really close up.
Genitals is kind of like a medicinal word.
Is it? Yeah.
Balls.
That's all we look up, genitals?
Nuts.
Tonight your porn search. Genitals. Siri.
Siri. She never comes through for me.
Well, you have to be very, like, you have to go, Siri, what is this? You know, you can't be like, it's not a conversation.
So you
not
think
like
it's
your
me?
mom. Yeah, it's you.
It's me all the time.
It's you the whole time.
So bad.
How many sisters do you have? Just Gloria? You said Gloria?
Yeah, I have one sister, then another half sister.
Yeah.
My father got married again.
Were you close to your parents?
No, I didn't even know him.
No? Did you have a stepdad that you were close with?
A what?
Like a stepdad that you were close with?
No, my grandfather and my uncles were my kind of male role models. My one uncle was the loving bigot. He hated everybody. He hated black people in general.
Yeah.
Unless they played for his team.
Right.
They
like his actual basketball team or
whatever team he rooted for. Then they were good guys. And that was so great.
Selective racism?
Selective, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's true though.
It's true.
He hated them. In the black in general, he had this unbridled hatred for so many, and he loved certain. Like it's funny because he loved Ella Fitzgerald and all these old singers, and like, you know, like they weren't black to him. They weren't, you know, whatever.
But then it's not even a race thing anymore. It's just he just didn't like untalented dark people. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's not even about our whole race then anymore.
Yeah. It's such a waste of negative energy.
Why? Who cares? I was really close with my grandma too, and I grew up in Brazil, so I'm sure she had her own. We had a nanny. I had a nanny growing up that
Really?
lived with us. A couple.
Did your people have money?
You know, in Brazil, it's kind of like you're either like in an apartment or you're on the street, but everybody that's rich is like middle class. So we're like middle class. But I had a nanny who like.
Is it socialism? Socialist.
No, well, at this point, it's a little bit dictatorship. It's just there's no middle class whatsoever. It's a third world country still, you know.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
I don't think of it as a third world country.
I know a lot of people don't need. I mean, there's a lot of they could do a lot for the economy that they haven't. And then the World Cup happened, and that was a huge mess.
The Olympics.
And then the Olympics was a huge mess.
Really, was it a mess?
They put a lot of money into building a lot of stuff that just didn't get all fully built by the time the Olympics came around. I mean, and I don't know a lot, but I know that for the World Cup they built these huge stadiums that weren't finished, and now they're trying to make them into low-income housing.
Oh my God.
But I'm dying to go back. I like dream about it almost every night. You
Yeah,
know?
I'm sure it'd be interesting for you. I'm not dying.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go anywhere that, quite frankly, unless it's Western Europe, that doesn't speak English.
Why? You don't like being completely in a... Well, I mean,
Just because of the paranoia of today's world. And I've seen it. To me, I've traveled plenty, and I've seen enough. And I don't want to go to. Like, I don't even go to Mexico.
I love it. Have you been to Tulum at all?
No, but I mean, I don't trust that the federale's not going to pull me over and say that I stole something and they pulled something out of the trunk that they put in there.
Oh God, it's like a nightmare going into international jail territory.
You been in it?
No, but I've seen the Claire Danes movies, man.
No, but see, that's I mean.
It's frightening.
Why would?
That can't keep you from traveling.
No, because there's enough English-speaking places. I mean, I go to Hawaii, I go to Australia, I go to New Zealand, I go to Western Europe.
Is there a top place you want to go to? You haven't been?
I'd like to go to Tahiti.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the like those hotels that are on the water.
And then you just like walk into the ocean in your hotel.
Yeah.
I love warm places.
There was a place like that in the Bahamas, but it wasn't. It was over the water, but not in that sense.
Yeah.
The porch hung over the water, but it
love
wasn't.
it.
Yeah, beautiful.
I just want to be on vacation all the time. I just do so well when I'm on vacation.
One of the things I love about stand-up is going to places that I'd never go to.
Yeah.
Like I love Columbus, Ohio. I love the people there.
You're just bringing it back. You still feel bad about talking shit about Columbus.
I forgot that I said that. Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, it's not a place you would go to for vacation.
Right.
Nobody vacations in Columbus.
No. I love traveling too. I get tired of being on the road when I do it a lot, but then I miss it. It's like kind of a little
Yeah, me
adventure, you know?
Yeah, like right now I'm in a good spot because I did so much since January. I was on the road most of the time.
Yeah.
And now I'm off and I'm being off doesn't mean I'm not doing 5 spots a week.
Right.
But I go to Kilkenny, Ireland.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, the 30th.
Of May?
Yeah.
Oh, that's coming up. How long of a flight is that?
I'm not sure. I'm guessing
9 hours?
probably 9 from
Close to
here.
France.
Probably 12 coming back.
Yeah.
What we call the jet stream. But you know, it's so fun to go there because I know so many people there. And I called up and I asked. There's this hotel, Langton's.
Yeah. It sounds so weird. Langton's.
Langton's, and I called up Eddie Langton, who's a friend of mine, who's one of the owners.
Wow.
His dad, I think his granddad started the place, but his dad's been running it. And I said, I just wanted to get the special room.
Yeah.
And he, well, I get you whatever room you want. I don't care. Yeah, I'll give you a suite. You want a suite? I said, I don't want a suite. I don't need a suite. But like, you know, it was just funny to be talking to Ireland. I'm still laying on the couch. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. He's going in for his night shift, you know.
Totally different. You're like in the future. It's like Japan. You feel like you're in the future because it's 17 hours ahead.
Are they?
Yeah. You really do feel like you're in a different
It was the furthest
universe.
Well, once you start coming back, kind of. But like I think Adelaide, Australia, was the most hours.
Never been to Australia. And comedy's like
So you'll
huge there.
You'll get Australia.
Yeah, I'd like to do that soon. I've never even, you know, it's funny because we talk about like the things I want, you know, acting. A lot of people that in my acting world don't know that I even do stand-up, even though I do it almost every night in my life. So funny because I've never done those things that like the patch things.
Why do you separate it?
I haven't tried to. I've tried to bring them together. I've submitted to late night. I've submitted my 30. I try. I just don't think I don't know.
When you say you're acting, or you're acting class, what do you mean?
No, just like casting directors. Like a lot of people don't know that I do both.
Because it's a good showcase if you ever want to show somebody a different side of you.
Exactly. I mean, it's really it's in my heart. I do it every night.
Where do you do it?
I'm usually here at the Comedy Store Improv, or there's a lot of weird shows.
I know.
Tonight I'm at the Improv, tomorrow at the store.
Eleanor, you know Eleanor Perrigan.
Of course.
Eleanor was laughing because one night there was a lady in the vestibule here who offered me a gig. There was no money, but it was free chili. You get chili.
You took it, right?
Yeah, it's a good gig. I do it every week. I fill up.
There's a place that's like an hour away, like Irvine area, and I love this pizza that they bring. It's this deep dish corn pizza. I love it.
Oh.
And I would go do it just for this pizza. One week it was like they didn't have the pizza. I was like, this is my night's ruined. What the fuck is it? No warning?
Over here?
Yeah. I'm like, tell me where you get this pizza, please. I need it.
Is there anything you want to plug before we wrap up?
I'm gonna be.
First of all, thanks for coming.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having
me. Great to get to know you.
Yeah, you too.
I really never talked to you this long. When will we ever sit down and talk for 50 minutes?
We talk sometimes. I feel like I know. I feel like if I see you, I'm like, hi, hello. I feel like you know me enough.
Yeah, I do, but I did not.
And Eleanor talks so much shit about you, so I know everything.
Talks bad stuff.
Eleanor was like, oh, that was my anchor when I first started the
really?
store. I looked up to her a lot. I still do.
She's not threatened by good women.
No, she's not. She helped me a lot. She remains someone I look up to a lot. But yeah, I'm in at the Draft House in Arlington, 7th and 8th of July.
Arlington, Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I'll be letting you come out, come see it. And I'm on a show called Greatest Evers, Thursdays on True TV.
Oh, that's cool. You're on True TV?
Yeah.
You know
it's
the
like
boys?
a talking head show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know the boys from
Interactive Jokers? Yeah, I did a show called Ladylike, which is the girl version for MTV.
Oh, yeah?
Nobody saw it. My parents saw it. Fucking loved it.
Somebody sent me a picture of me and the boys in the audience for The Price is Right.
That's so great.
Yeah, I guess, I think I could show it to you later. But it's just so funny because it says Sal and I don't think Q was there.
I don't think I've ever met them like individually. Yeah, I just know of them. Yeah.
I was just in Austin with Sal. Did you hear about that fight that happened with Jeremiah?
Oh yeah, I did.
Did you see it?
No, but I heard about it.
See it.
The nicest guy.
Yeah, it's really funny. And
he got really upset, huh?
It's me, Sal, Big J,
Yeah.
Tony, and Red Band are on stage, and this guy, and he was standing next to me, and he was like wobbling,
Oh no.
and I thought, I just got up because I'm thinking, I'm not letting this fucking guy fall.
Fall on you, yeah.
But then he got Jeremiah said something to him about garbage pail baby or something.
Right.
The guy, what did you say? He pulls out his cord, his sax, and then it went really fast. You know how fights just break out. And
Yeah.
nobody had landed anything, but the bouncer was like a fucking panther. He just went up and scooped him up with one arm. Just yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So you realize how fucking strong those guys are. You can understand prison rape.
Right, and you're like, Jesus.
Might as well just wait it out.
Just put your head down and cry
Oh
slowly.
boy. This is what happened in
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah.
Jade, thanks for being on.
Hey, thanks, Tom.
Je t'aime beaucoup.
Oh yeah, a bientôt.
See you later.
Yeah. See you soon.
Thank you.